Tafpi's transaction bow. And what of dailers? They have no mind when seizing below. What if you were born a prince, destined to rule a kingdom, but chose instead to walk away from it all? To leave behind gold, power, and even your newborn son, just to seek the truth. This is not fiction. This is the real story of Siddhartha Gautama, the man who became the Buddha. A journey that began in ancient India, changed the course of human history, and started a revolution of the mind that still echoes today. Chapter 1. Birth of a Prince. Siddhartha Gautama was born around 563 BCE in the lush gardens of Lumbini, a region now in modern-day Nepal. His mother, Queen Maya Devi, gave birth while holding onto the branch of a sal tree. Legend says he took 7 steps right after birth and declared this would be his last life. His father, King Suddhodana, ruled the Shakya kingdom, a small but influential republic in Kapilavastu, located in present-day southern Nepal or northern India. Siddhartha was raised in luxury and comfort, destined to become a great king, or as one prophecy warned, a great spiritual teacher. Chapter 2. The Golden Cage. Determined to keep him away from the harsh truths of life, the king built 3 palaces for Siddhartha, one for each season. The prince was surrounded by music, beauty, and pleasure. He married Princess Yasodhara and had a son, Rahula. But something felt wrong. He wasn't satisfied. He felt caged. Golden walls, yes, but still a cage. One day, on a secret trip outside the palace, he saw what would change him forever. An old man, a sick man, a dead body, and a serene monk. These were the 4 sights, and they shattered his illusion. Chapter 3. The Great Renunciation. At age 29, on the night his son was born, Siddhartha looked at his sleeping wife and newborn child. In silence, he whispered goodbye. He removed his royal robes, cut off his hair, and walked into the forest, trading a kingdom for nothing but a begging bowl. This moment, known as the Great Renunciation, marked the beginning of one of the most important spiritual revolutions in history. Chapter 4. Extreme Paths. For 6 years, Siddhartha lived as an ascetic, fasting, meditating, sleeping on thorns. In the forests of Uruvela, modern-day Bodh Gaya, he pushed his body to the edge of death. He joined 5 other ascetics and became a living skeleton. But he realized something crucial. This pain, this denial, wasn't the way to truth. It was just the other side of indulgence. He discovered the idea of the middle way. Not too much, not too little, but balance. When a village girl named Sujata offered him a bowl of rice milk, he accepted. His fellow ascetics abandoned him, but he had found his path. He sat under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, vowing not to rise until he discovered the truth. For 49 nights he faced demons, not monsters, but the shadows of fear, desire, and ego. Then, it happened. Siddhartha became the Buddha, the awakened one. He saw the truth of all existence, that life is suffering, but there is a way to end it, through understanding, compassion, and mindfulness. The first sermon, he walked to Sarnath, where his 5 former companions were. There he delivered the Dhamma Kakkapavatana Sutta, the first turning of the Wheel of Dharma. He taught the 4 noble truths. Life is suffering, dukkha. Suffering has a cause, desire, tanha. It can be overcome. The path is the Eightfold Path. Right view, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. The revolution of the mind. For the next 45 years, Buddha walked across the Gangetic Plains, teaching kings and beggars, men and women, rich and poor. His movement rejected the caste system, challenged the Brahmanical rituals, and offered a path of inner transformation, not through gods, but through self-realization. He established the Sangha, a community of monks, nuns, and lay followers. Even emperors like King Bimbisara of Magadha, and later Ashoka the Great, became his followers. Mahaparinirvana, the final peace. At age 80, while traveling through Kushinagar, Buddha fell ill after eating a meal offered by a blacksmith named Kunda. He lay between 2 sal trees, surrounded by disciples. The trees bloomed out of season, as if nature itself mourned. Quote in soft voice, "All conditioned things are impermanent. Work out your own liberation with diligence." With those final words, the Buddha passed into Mahaparinirvana, final liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Buddha never claimed to be a god. He was a man who awakened. His revolution wasn't political or violent, it was internal. A war against ignorance, hatred, and ego. Today, his teachings have crossed oceans, centuries, and cultures, from a prince in Kapilavastu to a symbol of peace across the globe. The Buddha's life reminds us that the path to truth is not outside, but within. The Life of Buddha, a film by Genesis Production.